Hey, it's Stargirl. Today we're going to do a simple love and attraction spell with ingredients you probably have laying around your house. This is really good if you have someone specific in mind and you want them to notice you, text you, or give you time of day. Now this will only give them that push to talk to you and start noticing you. This will not make them fall in love with you. That's up to you. You shouldn't try to make anyone fall in love with you. But at least this spell will give you the chance to charm whoever it is you have in mind. I actually thought about it because when I was in middle school, I had this huge crush on this one guy. We'll call him Bob. But he was really popular and I was the weird kid. So he didn't give me time of day. So I went on Ask Jeeves. Because when I was younger, Ask Jeeves was Google. And I typed in love spell. And I came upon the spell that used an apple. So pretty much what I did was I cut this apple in half, carved his name into it, and buried it into the ground. And I wondered why this guy didn't like me. I actually don't remember if it worked or not. I'm gonna assume it probably didn't, but I modified the spell to make it effective, so I'm gonna show you guys how to do it. All you're gonna need is a container to put all your ingredients in. It doesn't have to be a mason jar. It can literally be a box or whatever you want, as long as it holds ingredients. You're going to need a red apple, some cinnamon, agave or honey, a picture of the person you want to notice you. No, not a hand drawing. I'm just using it as an example. You want a real picture of them. Everyone has social media nowadays. I'm sure you can find a picture online and print it out. I have some people that ask me if this works on celebrities. How is it going to work if they never met you and you never met them and you will never meet them? I mean, reach for the stars, but in my experience, that does not work on famous people. Then you're going to need a pen and a piece of paper to write on. That's it. Let's get started on the spell. So I'm just going to open my little container here so I can put stuff into it. Then I'm going to take my apple and cut it straight down the middle this way. Ooh, I didn't take the sticker off. So you're going to cut it straight down the middle, not like this. You want to cut it like this. You see how there's a star in the middle? That's exactly what you want, because that is the star of creation and it happens naturally in nature. That is why we're using a red apple, red for love and passion, and inside there's that natural star of creation. Once you find this little star in your apple, you're going to cut it into a thinner slice. I cut it like this because I want it to fit into the bottom of my mason jar. However, if you have a bigger container, you might not have to do that. If you had to cut off the skin to get it to fit, I like to pop the skin in there because that is what color we want to use for the spell, the nice pretty red for the love and attraction. But make sure it doesn't cover the star of creation. After that, you're going to take a little tiny drop of your blood and drop it onto the star in the middle of the apple. You do not need a lot of blood, which I expressed in my last video, how to do blood magic. You just need the tiniest little bit. Honestly, if you have a zit and you popped your zit and you want to rub it with a Q-tip and then rub it on the star, that's fine too. Before putting in the star of creation, you could have put the blood on it before you put it in the jar. It really doesn't matter what order. Just make sure that the blood is on the star of creation on your apple. For example purposes, I'm just going to use a red pen. As you can see, my blood is on star of creation on top of the apple. Please be safe and sanitary while doing this. If you want to use menstrual blood, that's okay. So once we have our apple, the blood, we're going to pour in the honey or agave. And you just want to put it right on top of that star of creation and sort of just coat the bottom. That's how it looks so far. I think it's good to know the reason why we use certain ingredients because it helps you visualize what you want. It also helps you understand why the spell works, and when you understand why the spell works, it is more likely for it to happen. If you're just putting in all of these ingredients and you're not sure why, then the symbolism of all these ingredients goes out the window and the whole spell is pointless. So we add the honey because it's sweet and it attracts things. It's nectar. We put your blood on top of the star of creation because your DNA, your will, is activating the star of creation, which creates things into the universe. Now we're going to sprinkle some cinnamon on top. Don't be concerned with measuring things out. It's just a simple spell. Just wing it. Use as much as you feel is necessary. It's almost like we're baking an apple pie. The reason we use cinnamon is to attract lust, sexual attraction. After that, you're going to pop a nice real picture of your crush into the jar, just like that. Now it's time to write your intention, which you will be slipping into the jar, so make sure the piece of paper isn't too big. Let's say you want them to text you. You would write their name, text me, because they can't stop thinking of me. Just like that, except the blank is where their name would be. You write it in present tense because spells do not understand the human construct of time, and spells are a lot like the law of attraction. You want to act like you already have it to make your spell more powerful. Therefore, always write your intentions in present tense. Like I always say, spells are focusing your energy onto a chosen intention, and your intention should always be in present tense. You can also write something like, their name cannot get me out of their mind. Whatever it is you want, as long as it's written in present tense. Don't get too wrapped up on exactly what to say. Write whatever it is you want your crush to do. As long as it's in present tense, it will work. Then you're going to roll up the piece of paper and stick it into your container. Now we're going to seal our container. If you want to decorate your box with symbols that represent love and attraction, that is good too, because symbols have a lot of energetic power. For example, I drew a heart. Now you can also draw sigils on your container which will attract love. If you don't know how to write a sigil, I have a video on it on my YouTube channel. It's called How to Manifest Anything with Sigil Magic. Once you have your completed jar, you're just going to go outside at night under a new moon and bury it under the dirt. The reason why you want to do it during a new moon, it's because as the moon grows, so will your seed, so will your intention, so will their attraction for you. And you want to bury it under the dirt because you want to pretend this is your seed, this is your intention. And when you're burying it into the dirt, you're wanting it to grow into life. And then if you don't want to waste an apple and you want to eat the rest, you can most certainly do that as well. I hope you guys enjoyed my love and attraction spell. Please let me know how it works for you, and I will see you later. Bye!